the next one. And we have the dragoon ready to go. I want to draw the guy. This guy looks pretty gangster like this. That looks good. So we got, let me see if this is layer, let's do layer 8. Oh, that's perfect. And I'm on layer 10. Okay, so just to show you guys, first we're going to drop in the Goku like that, using his blast from head to toe. And then we're going to drop in the dragon behind him. So there's a lot of overlapping going on here, all right? I want you to be aware of that. A lot of good overlapping, okay? But as always, don't worry, don't fret. This is a Rossi original. You are going to knock it out of the park. You're going to be better than he is, as usual. So now that we got everything ready to go, let's start with his Coco. So as his Coco goes, I like to start always with, and I want to zoom in so you can see it, and you can see it nice, the letter L. Boom. And immediately I want to start with that one arm. At the bottom of the letter L, let's give a sad face right here. And I want to go and keep it going with a happy face that stops right where I started. Stops right where I started. And I'm going to drop a sad face here and a happy face. Again, I start and I stop, same point. And then the finished one, sorry, I got rid of that one by accident. You see that they start and stop at the same point. Later, we'll worry about the hands. For now, I want to finish the face because now I got the arm to base that on. If I go, let's start here at the top and let's just give them diagonal, diagonal, almost like a letter V. And I want to turn that into triangle. And maybe just a number 1 there, so it looks like 2 triangles. And since I'm working with triangle, you could put triangle there and triangle there. And you could put happy face here and here. And you can see you got his eyes ready to go. And I'll put the letter L for the nose. And I'll put a little triangle right there. And if you put another letter L right there, it gives it a little bit more emotion, right? A couple little diagonal lines. I'll put sad face, start the mouth. And I'll put a number 1 touching that arm. And if you put the letter L, I'll zoom in a little bit better. Again, you'll have his teeth. And I'll put a number 1 here with sad face 1 and 2. And if you want to add a little drop shadow, boom. If I put a number 1, right, let's put the letter C for his ear. Put a number 1 touching that arm. Another number 1 right there, you have the jaw. If you put the number 5 in there, you have the ear. And you can even add a little diagonal line right there so you have the jawline. And if you put the letter W, you have the sideburn. And if you put the letter W again right here, you started the hair. And his hair, for now, I'm just going to do like another letter M. And I'm going to leave it like that for now. So now I want to go over on this side and do this sleeve, which is just happy face, sad face, touching that arm. And then from the inside, right? Not at the top, but down here, sad face. You see at this sad face, they line up, right? Okay, now I'm going to go sad face again and make sure that these two will line up. Let's drill at it better. So, there. Now these two line up. I'm going to close it here and give you that drop shadow. Okay, now that we're here, we can worry about these hands. So first, I want to add a number 1 right there. And I'm going to go sad face, sad face. And I'm going to add number 1 here and here. And I'm going to close it with sad face, sad face. Now, whatever I do, I'm going to put a number 1 going down the middle. This will make things easier. Whatever I do on the top, it's the same process here on the bottom. Let's start with a letter L. And I'll put a letter L right here. And I'm going to do the letter L and the letter L. And if you put sad face and sad face, you have the thumb. If you go again, do letter L, the letter L, and add it here, add it here, number 1 to the thumb, number 1 to the thumb, and you put L, and you got the pointer finger. I'm going to repeat those steps for the remaining of the hand. So L first, just break it down. L first. L again. L again. I do this again. L, number 1. L, L, and then one last time, L, 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 and L. Then I just close here, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face. I add my nails just using the letter L. And you should have the hands. The muscles that I add, extremely easy. I'll just put happy face, well, number 1, happy face, number 1, happy face, little, kind of like a little triangle there, happy face, again, little number 1, sad face. And then he does have a sleeve that comes up this way, which I'll just go L, and then I'm going to wrap it around that arm. Just add a little drop shadow in there. Okay, now I'm going to add just a couple little wrinkles right there. Maybe one more right there. So it goes number 1, number 1. And I want to go ahead and close this gap. 1, 1, 1 for his belt. Okay? Now, his legs, sad face, sad face. Parallel line to the middle, parallel line to the middle. And his feet are so easy, right? So his feet are like a triangle. Close it with the letter V. Same on this side, like a triangle. Close it with the letter V. And you should have your Goku in place. Now let's add those details, such as wrinkles for the pants, the boots. We'll do one side first. Boots, the letter V, 2 times. And I add this stripe down the middle, which is just 2 number 1s. Number 1, number 1. And then the laces. Same thing on this side. Letter V. Letter V. Down the middle, down the middle. And then the laces. The laces are kind of like if I'm drawing a butterfly. You know, you draw a butterfly like this, right? Well, I did the same thing, but I just made it thinner. Okay? I like to add these little shadows like that for his knees. I can add a little bit of just a little bit of folds. Again, me and little details. You don't have to do that. Just makes your drawing look a little bit more detailed. Just to show a little imprint of the knees. And he does have the rest of the belt coming up this way. You can see that the dragon's going to be overlapping it. But I'll show you how to draw that. Then I'm going to erase it so I can draw the dragon. So I'll put rectangle there. That's the knot. I just put a letter V in there. And I'll go sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face. I'll close it. And then I'll add my L. And that's how that belt goes. Okay? Now, you can see that I have the dragon still here. Oh, let's finish this hair, right? So that's just triangle. Just triangle first like this. And then I just add kind of like parallel lines. Like that. Okay? Now, the dragon, right? And then I'll add the front stuff. The dragon is going to start with his head. I'm going to draw right all over Goku. You erase where you need to. I'm going to put the letter L. And you know what? Let me draw the dragon for the first time. I just want to draw him in the actual color that he is, this green. And I'll drop it into like a darker kind of green. So it'll go L. L again. And then let me add a black line to it too. So it was L. L again. And then I'll go number one, and then sad face, right? So it's going to go, or the letter L one more time. Okay. And I'm going to add a parallel line of a letter L, and then a little like letter L again, and then I'm going to stop right where I started. So I'm going to go parallel line, L, and then number one, and kind of like where I started. I'm going to add the teeth. Just triangle here. And the eye starts right here where this angle is, right here where the letter L angle is. Diagonal, diagonal, triangle, triangle, diagonal, diagonal. Okay, next. So what I want to do now is let me establish where the Dragon Balls are going to go. So one will go here. One here. One here right by his head. One down here, right where Goku's belt would be. One over here, right where Goku's leg would be. And one right here where Goku's foot is. And one right over here, right between Goku. Now, I draw these circles very effortlessly because of the app, right? But I mean, I could draw circles without it. However, my practice came from using stencils, okay? And if you're into drawing a lot and you want to have perfect circles or you ever want to draw them, you get yourself a stencil and you could just draw them any which size you want. I recommend you find them at on Amazon. So I want to start with back to his head here. Let me draw his horns, which is like a capital letter Y, right? With a rectangle down the middle. Like a capital letter Y with a rectangle right down the middle. Now his body is going to swing from that, and I'm going to stop like one big, let me add that back. Like one big sad face. And I stop roughly where I see the first one down here, the first Dragon Ball right there. I'm going to add a parallel line right here. Actually, I'm going to go all the way down to right where the second one is. Here, I'll add a parallel line for his underbelly. Mind you, I am drawing right over Goku, right? So let me start by adding some claws. So I'm going to add the claw here, which is the same steps over and over. Sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, and sad face. And what I recommend you do is erase what's inside of the claw, right? I want to erase what's inside of the claw, like that. And then for me, again, we'll pretend that Goku's not in the way. I'll add sad face so I have a nice claw. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and add those whiskers that he has. It's just like a letter W and a letter W. Okay. And down here, I'm go again with the claw, sad face. Let me erase what I have here so it's not too confusing. So I'm going to erase what I got right here, right there. I'm going to erase what I got so it's not that confusing for you, okay? Sad face, continue the pattern until you have the claw. And like I said before, whatever's inside that claw, you want to erase it. Even though some of it makes sense to leave it because it'll look like a claw, but I like to round it out. And then right here goes another one. And you can round them out, or you can use the one that's already there. Totally up to you. One last one goes here. So I'm going to connect this with a sad face. So I have that arm. I'm going to finish the body here. Because ideally, again, guys, like you're not going to have Goku here. Ideally, right? You're not going to have that crystal ball there or the Dragon Ball there. You're not going to have that. So you don't need to worry about all that. But this should connect. That should connect. The body here, this part of the arm, whatever's not in the middle of the belt. There's a sad face for his body here. Sad face there so you can continue the underbelly. Some of the spikes will show. This goes around this part, goes like that. And then around the other side of the ball, back. And then, you know, you would erase what's inside of this ball here. And you would add the little frill, just using triangle. And you can put spikes going this way. Some scales. You finish that underbody there. You can see how it goes, right? Like you can see how I have it going through that leg. But I've done so much overlapping. I'll fix this when I take off the opacity. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Let me take it off now so I can fix this. I just want to see the layer that I'm working with. So you guys can see it for yourself, right? I'm going to erase the bits that are should be Goku's belt. So I want to keep that. Erase this. Erase that. I'll refix that. I'll retool that a little bit. I want to erase right here. I want to leave that claw there. It looks pretty cool coming over the belt. Again, man, you're the artist. You guys got to decide what is overlapped, what isn't, what looks nice, what doesn't. Remember that like yours shouldn't look like mine. You shouldn't be shooting for it to look like mine. It should be done in your style, but you can tell that you followed. Like I should be able to tell. Someone else that doesn't know what you're up to shouldn't be able to be like, oh my gosh, that looks awesome. Your Dragon Ball drawing looks amazing. But they know that because they're familiar with the characters of Dragon Ball, and you followed some kind of a format that resembles that character, even though it's completely done in your style. Okay, so there you have it. There, that piece. Let me erase what's underneath there. So you can see, boom, right? And I can add now, like his nose, right? And the tendrils that hold, I got to erase what's in here. Right, okay, like the tendrils that are holding this one also, how it's holding that one. And I can finish my scales. And I can add horns. Right? And I can add a few more scales so that I know later when I color this, what are the parts of the dragon and what are not. What is the Dragon Ball, right? As opposed to what is not. And I'm just going to put in a couple stars so that you know where the Dragon Ball is, right? And then I said, like this will be the power. And you could put the title right here, right? Like this. Oh, this one should be a little bit more like an M and not an N. Right? Right? And I'll put these lines. And that is the Dragon Ball B drawing that I have. There is another one. If you want to do the other one, it's the Dragon Ball A drawing. Know that this is a Rossi original because in Japan, Mr. Rossi, always #1. So I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got it done. Hope it looks like your best Dragon Ball. And we'll see you on the next one.